All right, guys. So in today's video, we have another agenda being pushed. Now, I know that you guys want to say, oh, it's not that deep, Marcus. None of this stuff is that serious. There's not a spell going on with this. This is okay. This is just an energy drink. But here's the thing, right? Whether this company right here makes drinks that have nothing to do with witchcraft or some that have something to do with witchcraft, you cannot mix light with darkness. The Bible says, what fellowship does light have with darkness? The Bible also says, come out from among them and be ye separate. The Bible also says, in addition to those two verses, that we should expose darkness. So that's what I'm doing in this video, guys. Now, as you see here on the screen, this is Alani energy drink, a very popular energy drink company. And they've released the Alani Witch's Brew, the Alani Ruby Apple, and the Alani Voodoo Vanilla. I want to play this video and then we'll discuss some things going on because you really need to understand what you're putting in your body, what the agenda is behind it, and why this isn't okay for Christians.
Trying every new fall-flavored Alani energy drink. Alani just dropped 2 new flavors for fall and brought back a Witch's Brew, so let's see what's worth grabbing. We've got Ruby Apple, Voodoo Vanilla, and Witch's Brew. Starting with Voodoo Vanilla, which is Alani's first elixir. Fancy. This has flavors of whipped cream and marshmallow. That is tasty. It doesn't have that really fakey vanilla soda flavor. Like, I cannot stand vanilla Coke. Doesn't have that flavor at all. It's actually creamy. I am getting like that sweet cream marshmallow essence. Next up is Ruby Apple. This is a different take on Witch's Brew. This has notes of red apple and sweet caramel. You know what? It does taste more like a sparkling apple cider. Yeah, it is like a sweeter apple. Maybe the caramel's just coming in through the sweetness, but you don't taste as much of the caramel with this one. It really does taste like one of those Martinelli sparkling apple ciders. Really refreshing. And finally, Witch's Brew is back. This has notes of green apple and sweet caramel. Oh yeah, I just love the flavor of sour apple. This totally tastes like a caramel-covered Granny Smith apple. So crisp and tangy, but sweet from the caramel. It's just the perfect combo. Although I do have to say, this is giving the Witch's Brew a run for its money. I would say they're almost equally as good. So are you going to try any of these new Alanis? What are your thoughts on these flavors? Let me know.
So everything sounds innocent, right? Oh, these are just some tasty beverages. And she gives her review, doesn't mention anything about anything bad, right? But let me show you this. Look in this comment section right here. This is Alani Nutrition, the one that created this drink. And it says a spell in every sip, right? Now, am I reaching? That's what you may think. But remember Liquid Death, the company that had the witches come and literally put a spell on every single can that was in a certain batch. They sat there in the factory and did a spell. A real spell from a real witch, and then they painted it as satire. Now, you might say they're just trying to sell a product. And yes, that's definitely part of it. But part of it too is an addiction to this drink. If you come into agreement with it and you partner with this, now you're going to be hooked. Now, I don't mean in like a drug addicted sort of way, but in a way I do. These dopamines that get released, these flavors, these endorphins, it's almost like what they do with the music, where they put binaural beats in the music to have a chemical reaction happening where you're partnering with this music. Now you're addicted to it. You can't stop listening to it. And that's what these energy drinks and these companies with these spell works being done, that's what they're doing too. Now, let me just dig into this a little bit, right? I want to go into what an elixir is, because this one is called Alani Elixir. So let's just see what the definition for elixir is. So right here we see elixir is a magical or medicinal potion, traditionally thought to be a liquid that can cure all illnesses, extend life indefinitely, or turn ordinary metals into gold. So I know that it could just be clever marketing, but why choose that word of all things? Anytime I refer to an elixir, I mean a demonic potion, like drugs or something like that, like methamphetamine, China White, fentanyl, these types of drugs that have people bound in crippling addiction that kill them, right? That's what I mean. And so they're calling a drink that they have an elixir, a magical or medicinal potion. And this comes from early scientists and alchemists that searched for the legendary elixir of life or philosopher's stone to achieve immortality and wealth. Doesn't seem like something we should name an energy drink after. A witch's brew is also a magical potion or liquid mixture made in a cauldron by a witch. Figuratively, of course they say figuratively because they don't want to paint it as if it's real, but it is. So it says figuratively, it describes a dangerous, messy, or unpredictable mix of different elements, people, or ideas. The term also refers to popular seasonal novelty items and drinks. So here we are trying to paint it as a novelty. I want you guys to just remember that, right? Now let's go to Alani Nu's page. Obviously we'll see a bunch of imagery. We got some marine spirit, octopus armed tentacles right here. We have a snake right here. So in this imagery, we have a lot of things going on. We have an eyeball over here, which you could say is the all-seeing eye. Then we have vampire teeth, which is definitely demonic. And then we have the two cans. Now, this witch's brew can has tentacles coming out of it, which is marine spirits. We have the one eye symbolism on the can. And then we have the apple. We have the apple on both cans. Now, we know that we don't know what the fruit in the garden was, but a lot of people refer to it as an apple. Now, in the one can, there's a knife stabbing through the apple with a skull on it. Now, we can only say that this is kind of a mockery of the fruit of the garden. And then we have all these crystals and apples and just all sorts of different variations of the ads for this product. Now, the marketing is very clever. We got a voodoo doll over here. Got a voodoo doll on the can. We know what voodoo is. Voodoo is an active community-based religion rooted in West African animism and ancestor worship. It blends traditional beliefs with elements of Roman Catholicism. The word comes from the Fon word vodun, meaning spirit or deity. Practitioners honor a supreme creator and intermediate spirits known as Iwa. So why would an American company name a beverage after a West African practice that has ancestor worship? You know, it makes no sense. Now, I also want to show this video because I just want to mute that because I don't want to get a copyright claim. But this is a man. Now, let me play you this part.
Man, I feel like a woman.
So why are they pushing the agenda of a man drinking a woman's drink, saying, I feel like a woman? Now, it could just be a clever play on words, but everything is spiritual, guys. Nothing that we see is with, coincidence, right? They do this on purpose. It says how it feels when you decide to try the new Alani Nu flavor instead of your normal any. I don't know what, I guess any is a short word for energy drink, right? Now it's got this man talking about, I feel like a woman. And I know it's supposed to be all fun and games because there's smiling, laughy faces in the comment section. This is a product specifically made for women. So we see here, Alani Nu was explicitly created for women. Founded in 2018 by fitness entrepreneur influencer Katie Hearn, along with her husband Hayden Schneider, the brand was designed to fill a gap in the supplement and energy drink market by tailoring low-calorie functional products specifically toward female health, wellness, and lifestyle needs, right? So why are there even men drinking this thing, first of all? And then second of all, when you look at the About page, there's nothing but women on this page. There's nothing but women here. More women. Now, when we go to their Instagram page, we do see a few men from time to time, but this is all women. This is a woman's product. And so we have dudes out here drinking this stuff. Like you see, here's a guy on this image right here. Guy right here. Let's see. This is a product geared towards women, but we have men drinking this stuff. So you may say, Marcus, well, I really love Alani. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to drink now? Well, we have other companies that are Christ-centered that do honor the Lord. Let me show you some. Let me mute that. But this says, brand so small, send us this reel, we might send you a free case. And it's called Agape Energy. Obviously, it's got Jesus on the can. Now, I know you may feel some way about an image of Jesus on the can, but it's got Bible verses on there. Agape, we know what agape means. Let's look that up for those that don't know. Agape is an ancient Greek word meaning the highest most selfless form of love. In Christian theology, it represents unconditional, sacrificial love, such as God's love for humanity. Separately, as an English adjective, it means having the mouth. So that means wide open. That's agape, right? But this is agape, which is the only love that's agape love, is the love God has for us. No one in this world can ever have agape love. So this drink is totally reserved for Christians with Bible verses on it. That's just one alternative. So here we have Praise Energy. This is Bryce Crawford's company. Where's the energy drinks at? He used to have energy drinks. I think all he's got now is just electrolyte mix. So it looks like he no longer has energy drinks, or maybe they're just out of stock. I don't know. He used to have energy drinks, but now he's just got electrolyte powder. I don't know what happened to the energy drinks. Maybe he got some pushback from it. I'm not sure. But regardless, guys, there are options out there that you can go to, that you don't have to partner with a demonic agenda. You don't have to partner with anything with the packaging being witchcraft or voodoo or anything like that. You can find something that honors the Lord while still enjoying a product. You don't have to partner with darkness, but that's the agenda being pushed to you by these companies nowadays. They paint it as if it's cute and innocent, and it's just a way to stay in with the times because we're getting close to Halloween. But everything's spiritual, guys. This entire life that we live, everything about it is spiritual. So I pray that you guys have open eyes, that you don't partner with a company that doesn't care about Jesus Christ. They don't honor the Lord. They're not here for that. And the sad part about it is I've seen tons of Christians drinking the witch's brew since it got released. Now, that's for them to deal with. You know, my conviction doesn't have to be everyone's conviction. But I know for me, there's plenty of other options out there. I don't have to miss out on anything. I can still drink an energy drink if I choose to, which I don't. But if I wanted to, I'd find one that honored the Lord. So that's just my thoughts on this. Let me know yours down below in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, God bless.